Well, all right. It is Friday, May 31st, quarter after 11 here, Pacific time zone. And today was a day where I really didn't think I was going to take a trade. And right towards the end of my session, I had to cut it off early today. I had a event to go to at my daughter's school today. So I took her to school and then stayed for the event. So I only just got back right now. So I ended my day just shortly after my one and only trade of the day. And that was just before, I think I was done by about 8:15, so 11:15 East Coast. And, today was an interesting day. I mean, in the overnight, there was a, pretty obvious range. And then leading up to the open, we had the 8:30 Eastern news that sent this thing skyrocketing up. And then the open was about here. And basically at that point, there was one leg down, two legs down. So I was wondering if we were going to see a bounce there right around the open. And so I was going to look for a long on the orb. And instead it was a short. And so no orb trade for me today. Been very limited getting those now that I'm just trying to choose a direction. And, it is what it is. I'm happy with the way I've been scalping anyway. So, if I can continue to scalp the way I've scalped this week, as you can see, I only traded 3 days this week, and I had good results for it being such a limited week. And that's because I was only taking solid setups. So 5-0 for the week, 100%, and 1-0 for the day. And I think if I just stick to my setups and what makes sense to me, the orb, it's great if I can get one, but if I don't get one, I'm comfortable with the way I'm trading overall. And, last week I was trying some things that didn't work out so great. I was like 9 and 10, I think, if I remember correctly. Much rather have a 5-0 week, especially in only 3 days. If I extrapolate that out for a full 5-day week, I probably have, 7 to 9 trades for the week, I'm guessing. So I'm happy with the results. And yesterday, I didn't do a review. I did do a live stream yesterday, and there were tons of rhythmic issues. I couldn't even sign on yesterday for the first hour. I tried to sign on to Rhythmic from 6:25 a.m. Pacific to about 7:30 before I was finally able to connect. And then once I was able to connect, seeing all the issues on the Discords, and Apex had put out a message saying don't trade, I just wasn't comfortable trading. So yesterday I traded some sim, and that was about it. Pretty much a waste of the day. And then this morning, I became pretty quickly aware that there were some Apex issues as well on Rhythmic again. Seemed like it happened mostly, around the news event and maybe the next hour leading up to the market open. And because of that, I just wasn't comfortable to trade on any of my evaluations that I had already started trading on. So I didn't trade the 250, and I didn't trade this one, the 45 account, the 50K that already had $1,000 in profit, just because I didn't want to run into a problem and mess up those accounts. So another lost day, two lost days out of a 4-day week because of rhythmic issues. So that's really frustrating. I did go ahead and trade on evaluation 46 for my one trade today, and I figured, and update the days. I did figure that, if anything went wrong, at least I hadn't put any effort into that account yet. So didn't have any issues. The trade went through fine, and made $484. First day traded on it. So a good start there. And, they really just got to figure out how to make this rhythmic thing right. It happens way too often. Apparently they're saying they're upgrading their rhythmic servers and whatever else is involved. And hopefully that solves it, because, to have a 4-day week and have these kinds of issues on 2 of the 4 days, it's just, how do you trade when there's all these time restrictions and everything on our accounts in terms of passing and qualifying for payouts and, And then for people that trade and get these technical problems that hit them and lose accounts and it's a mess. And for people like me that then just won't even trade when they see that there's issues. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the one trade today. It really seemed like it was going to be a day where I wasn't going to get any trades because this sell-off was just steep and there was not really any clear way of getting in it. So let's take a look real quick and get this thing wrapped up. All right, so like I said, I mean, there's this range, then we had one leg up, two legs up before the market open on that news there. And let me make this bigger. So here we go. So I started right around 625, which was around here. At the time that I started, I was kind of looking at this as a potential range, but we fell right out of that before the market even opened. And there's a big push down. I was looking at the Bollingers, and I was just thinking, okay, this is a big push down outside the Bollinger. So I was kind of looking to like maybe play it long from up here. And it just ended up being the short. So no trade for me there, and didn't take the other side. All right, so so the other thing was we had one leg down, two legs down from the top. I put that right there. So that was another thing because we had a measured move. Already at the open, that was the other reason why I was kind of thinking to go long up here. So it just didn't set up. And so then I just had no open trade. And then just no setup here for me anywhere. And then this thing just started selling off. And, there was a first entry long, second entry long here that failed, but I just didn't trust to take that right at the previous day low. And so I skipped that. And then there was a first entry short, second entry short up here, right off of the previous day low. I kind of liked that, but what I wanted it to do was actually pierce the upper band of the Bollinger first. And so because it came up short, I thought a little bit dangerous, but it could just come down a little bit and bounce back up and hit it before it goes down. So I stayed out of that. It was also because it was a bounce off of what seemed like kind of maybe the bottom of the range there. So for all I knew, we'd bounce back up, and so it wasn't very clear. And so then this thing just started massively selling off and just so steep, didn't see any way to just get in, but it seemed like, well, if you just hit the sell button anywhere, you'd be all right. And that leads to my trade here. So my one and only trade of the day, again, I only traded on evaluation 46 just because I didn't trust the rhythmic connection to not cause any issues. So I didn't want to risk my PA account, and I didn't want to risk my my other evaluations I had already started. So this one, basically, this was a new low here. There was a first entry, second entry. And what I liked about this was there was a clear kind of range here. There's a breakout and looked like a failed breakout with a second entry and a close outside the Bollinger. And I figured at the very least, it should move down enough, probably to at least the midline, that I should be able to get a scalp out of it. I did have a thought to maybe move my profit target down to there, but I didn't want to be greedy, especially on a day where there just wasn't a lot of setups. I was going to be leaving soon to go to school with my daughter, and I just wanted to lock in a win. So I went for 25 ticks, got the full profit target, and that was my trade. Now you can see how clearly it went all the way back to the bottom of the Bollinger. And so these are the kinds of things I'm watching, close outside with a setup that I like, a failed break out of a range, as well as a second entry. So there's kind of like just a lot of reasons to like the trade. And you can see, I could just put my profit target all the way down here just for the bottom of the range, with plenty of room to the bottom of the Bollinger. And you can see I would have got a whole lot more. I mean, I really left another 22 points on the table, which is incredible. So I'm going to watch these situations, and the more I get comfortable with the Bollinger, the more maybe I'll go for bigger targets or trail use a trailing stop after each candle or something like that. But there's been times where we've seen I've gone for bigger targets and then it's come up short of where I think the resistance or support is, and then lost trades and things like that, like giving up gains. So I'd rather just take profit and lock it in. In any case, where's the market now? So this is the live market now. So after this trade, I had to leave. I think I shut it down around 8:10, somewhere down here, and just decided, okay, I'm probably not going to get any more trades in the time I have left anyway. So yeah, that's really the story. And then I just came back right now and just turned this all back on. So this is the first time I'm looking at all this price action. Really amazing how much more it still sold off. It definitely looks like one leg, two legs, three legs down, and that even has two legs in it. So really incredible sell off here. And then we had a correction, and now it looks like we're selling off again. I'm not going to trade anymore today. I'm done for the week. And I'm just grateful for having a solid week after, having a hard time, I think, a couple weeks before that. So let's see here. So, just once again, 5-0 for the week, really happy. And 239 wins and 64 losses overall. I think I'm getting close to the 80% again. I didn't do the calculation. I figured it was probably still 79%, but I think I'm probably getting closer to 80% if I do the math. And now I've got a third evaluation that's got a little bit of profit on it. So that's good. I'm going to just try to go through these accounts and pass these best I can inside the first month, and as well as start trading the PA account down there, PA11, which is new and not traded on yet. So hopefully, if no more rhythmic issues, have a full week next week, and hopefully I can get some solid work done in there. And I just want to keep trading the way I'm trading. I passed up, all kinds of desires and FOMO of wanting to just jump in, just press the sell button, and hope to get lucky. But I think when I trade my best is when I'm just taking my setups as I understand market conditions and structure of the market and what I determined I think the market's trying to do, and then take setups that fit the context of what I see the market doing. And that really seems to be when I do my best, and when I have these kinds of days or weeks where I go on runs, and it means that sometimes I'm getting less volume of trades, but at least when I'm taking the trade, I'm giving myself the best probabilities of coming out with a win on those trades. So so again, it was another day. I found a tick chart that was pretty good, but then by the time the sell-off was happening, you're not finding second entries in tick charts when that starts happening. There's no entries, so I wasn't even bothering to look at the tick charts. And really, I'm really liking the 1 minute chart. The ATR was way high today. At one point, it was like I think 50 something ticks. Usually it's around 30, which is what it is now. So in my experience, usually I've been in the 30 tick range for the ATR. Trading on the 1 minute, and I'm enjoying trading on the 1 minute. So far, I like trading with the Bollinger, and I like not having the EMA. So I'm putting a little bit more focus on this. I see that I can take my kinds of setups on this chart, and I kind of like it better than the tick charts. The tick charts, I've basically been gravitating towards the larger tick charts. They're the ones that are usually more consistent in terms of winning throughout the day. But the risk is way higher. So, now that Apex is enforcing, kind of like their stop loss rule, and wanting you to be like kind of doing a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 risk reward, my risk reward is just way better on these 1 minute charts. I like today's trade. If we go and look at today's trade real quick. Sorry, I was going to wrap this up, but today's trade, my signal bar was 45 ticks, and I went for 25 ticks. So I was less than a 2-to-1 risk reward. And, that's great for me, because when I was trading on the tick charts, there's times where I was, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 7 to 1, 8 to 1. I mean, really crazy risk reward, not good. So this is way better for risk reward in terms of my setups and my individual trades. So I'm gonna probably spend some more time focused on this. If I get some time over the weekend, I'm going to continue to just do some playback testing with the Bollinger on the 1 minute and just with my scalping and try to lock some things in, some ideas I have for using the Bollinger a little bit more creatively and see what the results are. But I think if I just trade like this, I'm going to be good. So hopefully all is good with Rhythmic next week, and I'll be able to trade my PAs again, or my current PA. So having said all that, I'll be back Monday. I'm here every day live streaming 9:25 Eastern, usually to about 1:30 Eastern. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate anyone that's following me on my journey. And Apex did extend again the 90% discount, all the same promo that's been in place for the past month and a half or whatever it's been. So now it's going until Monday. I believe it's June 3rd. And so, you got more time to pick up accounts if you need more accounts. And there's been some of you that have been using my code. I really, really appreciate it. It does help me. I haven't had any payouts yet, so it's definitely helping my cause here. And hopefully once I get started on this PA11, this will be the lucky number 11 that gets me to my first payout. That'll be my goal, to start working on that starting Monday. All right. I think I've said it all. Appreciate everyone that's watched. Hope you had a good trading week, and hope it was a better week for you like it was for me, and hope you did not get caught up in any of the problems on Rhythmic yesterday or today. And let's hope for a solid week next week. All right. Have a good one. See you Monday.